I'm your host, Rae Pendergrass. I'm very, very excited to see all of you here. Sort of. My glasses are very dirty, so I'm actually going to take them off. Ah, there you are. Hello. So by round of enthusiastic noise-making, who has been to a nerd night before? And by round of polite, but perhaps slightly apprehensive noise-making, because you're not quite sure what you've gotten yourself in for, who's at their first nerd night right now? Excellent. Welcome, friends. Well, for those of you who are new, and for those of you who are too drunk to remember when I did this last time, we're going to do a quick origin story. Once upon a time, there was a man named Chris. That's him over there. Chris. He might be in the room. He actually lives in BC now. And Chris was a graduate student in Boston. And when he was not doing field work out there sciencing in the world, he would be drinking at a bar, which is what graduate students are generally want to do. Now, Chris studied a horrifying, terrible monster. That thing. Now, you might be thinking I have the wrong slide up here, but no, I assure you this cute, adorable little bird is in fact a monster. Pixar should have primed you for this by now. So the indigo bird is a brood parasite. It lays its eggs in other birds' nests and abandons them and never goes to their soccer practice. Birds don't have therapy, so it's really sad. Anyway, so Chris would be hanging out at the bar, and people would be asking him what he studies, and he'd tell them about the indigo bird. And after about the 500th time this happened, the bartender was like, "Oh my God, Chris, what if you just got everyone in the bar in one night? And you told them about the fucking bird then? How does that sound?" And Chris was like, "That's the best idea I've ever heard." And so Nerd Night was born, and it is all over the world now. So if you are currently visiting from somewhere else, go to nerdnight.com and see if there's one near you. If not, you can start one. It's a lot of fun. All the different nerd nights have their own flavors. I happen to think that the best nerd night in the world is the one right here in BC. You're the best. All right, so another announcement, very exciting. We have a book coming out called How to Win Friends and Influence Fungi. A couple of the Nerd Night speakers who gave their talk here in DC are featured in the book, as well as lots of other people. I wasn't, because I didn't check my email in time to submit. Let that be a lesson to you in email organization. You'll see some cards scattered around with QR codes as well if you're interested in the book, or you can just Google it. I know you probably know how to use the internet by now. Great. A few rules for Nerd Night. One is you should learn if you want to. It's not required. Two, you should eat and drink if you want to. Again, it's not required. I'm not your mom. Three, you should keep quietish while the presenters are talking. That one is required because we get very distracted. Most of us have ADHD, so please, please help us. We have three amazing talks for you tonight. One is called Bees, Strength Irrelevant, Resistance Futile. They wish to improve themselves, by a local beekeeper, Catherine. How do you say your last name, Catherine?
It's not Offit.
Offit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like it. That's what I say when a bee is on me, so it's a good name for this. Great. Another talk is called Butt Song. Listen, we had a speaker drop out at earlier this week, and I had to step in with a talk, and I was on a lot of NyQuil when I wrote this title. Butt soft, what butt through yonder window butts, an exploration of butts and things that aren't butts, but look a whole lot like butts. And then we are speedrunning the art of going fast and breaking video games and all my controllers in the process by a speedrunner, Ruby Hart. Very exciting. And you might have noticed I had a slide up when some of you were coming in. During the breaks tonight, in between each of the talks, we take a short break so you can get drinks, so you can talk to your friends. And for tonight, if you would like to, you can try your hand at beating a Colossus in Shadow of the Colossus. And if you can beat Ruby's time later tonight, we will buy you a drink. So you can try your hand, you can come see me at the booth, and I will hand you a controller, and everyone will watch you try to battle a giant god? Monster?
Big monster things.
Big
there
guy.
are theories if you want to hear theories and talk about it.
Big
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
You'll fight a big guy. That's how that works. I will embarrass myself later tonight if you would like to watch me be very bad at video games. But for now, we also have a thing called the alt title contest. So these titles obviously are amazing, especially mine. It's a work of art. But you all are very clever nerds, and so if, while you are listening to a talk, you think of a better title than the ones that we came up with, we want you to tell us and you can go to allmylinks.com/nerdnightdc to get to our form, fill it out, come up with a ridiculous alternate title. After the break, I will come back up here and I will, so help me God, read whatever it is that you put in that form for everyone. You all have made me say some real weird stuff up here. And then the speaker will pick their favorite from that list, and that person will get a free drink as well. We just like flying you guys with free drinks, because the drunker you are, the funnier we are. Great. Are you ready to learn a little something? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, well, there's more learning to do. I keep forgetting how many promos we have this week. So we actually have a very special show on Tuesday. We don't often do special shows like this. This is actually the first of its kind. It is a Space Shanty Sing-Along Spectacular. We have a professional comedian who's from NASA TV, and she's a science comedian who's going to do some science comedy. We have a burlesque artist, a nerdlesque goddess Maki role. And then we have Ben Corbin of Nerd Night Legends. He gave, if anyone was here for the projectiles in space, which bodily fluid projects you furthest in space talk, that was Ben. He will be doing some space-themed sea shanties. Wow, that is a tongue twister. And we will have some NASA Solar System ambassadors here handing out NASA swag. So that is on Tuesday. Tickets are $10 right now, but they will be $15 at the door, so get them quick. Right. Now, a talk. How many of you have butts? Wow, only a few of you, judging from the sound of that. I'm very interested. Talk to me afterwards if you don't have a butt. I want to know more. I'm going to try that again, though. I think that was maybe not an accurate sampling. How many of you have butts? Me too. We have so much in common. Great. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about butts tonight. First, though, we need to define, very important question, what is a butt? Does anyone have a definition for me of what a butt is? This is a very interactive talk, so this one you actually get to talk to her as much as you want. I have ADD, but I'm used to it.
It's for sitting.
Wait, hold on, what?
For sitting.
It's for sitting. Okay, everyone agree with that definition? All butts can be sat upon?
Where farts come from?
It's where farts come from? Is that all butts can fart? Is that where we're going? And the poop? It is where the poops and the farts come from? This is a very highbrow show, you guys. I don't know if you know this. We are an academic lecture series. So the actual answer to this is, scientists are divided on what counts as a butt. Butt is kind of just a word. Some people think that the only thing that you are allowed to call a butt is something that has a buttock, which is the fleshy bit above the anus. You know, the little, it's like a jiggly awning that goes above the anus, right? Some people think that if there's an anus, it's a butt, and some people think if it just has the general vibes of a butt, it can be a butt. We're kind of gonna go in the middle here. You know, we're not prescriptive. We're not, posterior prescriptivists here at Nerd Night DC. We're gonna be like a little butt inclusive. Anything with an anus goes tonight. All right, you cool with that definition? Yeah. Great. I do want to go over one thing that is not a butt that I just really wanted to talk about because I think it's fantastic. This is not a butt. Despite what it might look like, this is a pig butt worm. It lives in deep ocean, and it's just like a little guy. It just hangs out in the water, and despite the fact that it looks like it travels by going, it actually does not have any independent movement, which is the most disappointing science fact I know. I generally try to just ignore that one. It's in vogue to ignore science facts right now, so I'm allowing it. But I did find out there is an animal that does move in a similar manner to going, technical term. It's a dragonfly nymph. So little baby dragonflies will suck water up into their butt, and then they will jet propel themselves forward. And that's how they move around. Pretty cool. A lot of different butts are very cool. But the important question that we're going to answer here tonight, we're going to do a little competition. Not amongst you all, don't worry, I'm not going to sexually harass the audience. Is who has the best butt other than me? It would be an unfair competition if I took part in this. But no, amongst the animal kingdom, who has the best butt? We're going to have 4 categories, and each category is going to have 2 creatures within it. I'll tell you a little bit about their butts, and then you all get to tell me which one you like better, and at the end we can have a big old butt off. Sound good? Great. So our first category is weird butt locations. Do you all remember in like biology class when we all had to do that like genetics thing, and it was like, oh yeah, if your earlobes are detached, you're recessive or whatever, and if you've got a butt chin, and everyone made fun of you if you had a butt chin. And I have a butt chin, so I've been very resentful of that ever since. But there's actually someone who has it worse than me. There's a creature that actually has a butt in its chin, and that is the electric eel, which is not actually an eel, it's a fish. While I was grabbing this image off the internet, by the way, this is a complete side tangent, I saw the source, and it's shocking, man. He sent me an eel into rectum. And I have a lot of questions about humanity, and we're not going into that kind of wet talk tonight, so no, we're talking about the eel. Most of the eel is actually generator for the electricity. The actual, like, animal part is just this bit right there. And so the butt doesn't go all the way through the generator, because generally speaking, running a sewage line through a generator is maybe not the most wise of ideas. So it actually comes out right under their chin. That's where they poop. Fun fact. Little trivia. Take home with you. Other weird place for a butt is the warty comb jelly and their anus of opportunity. So most jellyfish don't even have anuses. The warty comb jelly, however, only has an anus precisely when it wants to and not any other time. Whenever it needs to poop, it creates an anus, and then it goes away, it vanishes mysteriously. And scientists are fucking baffled by this, and like, why are you doing this? This seems like a lot of fucking work. And they'll do it anywhere just between depends on the size of the jelly, but anywhere from every 10 minutes to every hour. They'll just invent an anus. Astounding. Great, so between butt chins and the anus of opportunity, who wins?
Jellyfish?
Yeah. I figured you guys were going to be really into that disappearing anus. Great, our next category is defensive butts, butts that make a better door than a window. The first one is the forbidden Oreo. This is a plug trapdoor spider, cork trapdoor spider. It's got a lot of different common names. There was one researcher, when I was looking it up, said that this is one of its common names is the butt plug spider. And I was trying to fact check that, and I foolishly typed it into Google, and I may never emotionally recover from that position. But they're really cool. They use their butts to plug up the little holes, like a door. Their butt's a door. It's like a little hobbit hole. Love it. Great. Another defensive butt comes from one of my favorite animals, the wombat. Super precious creature with the buns of steel. They've got plates in their butts and then hard cartilage over it, and then they've got fat and skin and all that. And they can kind of use their butts as a defensive tool and as a weapon. They can plug up their own little, burrows, and if somebody comes a calling that they don't want to be there, some researchers think that they just butt check their skull, and then they are no more. Which is one way to handle unwanted visitors. I do empathize, I really do. I don't like when people show up uninvited either. When one wombat would like to court another wombat, the way that you show interest in the wombat world is you just go up and you bite someone's ass. That is flirting in wombat land. I've definitely met some people like that. My favorite thing about wombat butts, though, is that they literally shit bricks. They have square poop. It's weird as hell. Scientists are kind of divided as to why. Some think that it's so that they won't roll off of the rocks, and so it's easier for them to mark their territory with poop. I think it's just because they're really into Minecraft. Whatever. All right, between the forbidden, I forgot what I put on these titles. Between the forbidden Oreo and the wombat, which one wins?
Spider! Spider!
All right, this is very close, so we're going to do one and then the other. You can only vote once. I have very good hearing, so I'll be able to tell if you're cheating. Those in favor of the spider? Those in favor of the wombat? See, I don't know if that was louder or just higher pitched. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time, and this time everyone has to cheer at the low resonance. Roll down here, right? If it's for the spider. Oh, I didn't like that. It felt like you were booing me, but we're committed to it now, so we gotta do it for the wombat. It's the spider. The spider. I know, I'm Team Wombat, y'all, so I'm upset too. Alright, Call of Duty butt ups. These are some weaponized asses. The first one is a lacewing fly larva. These live in termite. Now you have to be quiet, though. I know, it's very upsetting when the spider wins, but I do have some level of ADHD. And I wrote this talk this morning, so it will fall out of my head. Yeah, so this is a lacewing fly larva. It lives, their eggs are in termite hills, and when they hatch, they are hungry, as babies typically are. And the way that they get termites to eat is that they fart on them. Their farts are literally deadly to the termites. One fart can kill 6 termites. That is legitimately their hunting method, is farting. Outstanding. So that's one weaponized butt. The other one is the pygmy sperm whale. Oh boy. So the pygmy sperm whale kind of took its inspiration. It's a tiny whale. It's not very big as far as whales go. It's a little bit more like dolphin-y sized. If the orcas could teach it how to eat boats, it probably would. And I'm for that. Just in case any orcas are listening, I'm on your side. So they're small whales. They're open to predation because they're pretty small. So they have a pretty unique way of avoiding predators. They took their cues from the squids. They have a sac inside of their intestines full of what scientists have called anal syrup. I
don't like that.
Now you get the title. And so they will just emit a cloud of anal syrup. These clouds can be over like 100 feet across, and it's just like a little disappearing act. It's like the world's grossest smoke bomb. So those are your 2 weaponized butts. Between these 2 creatures, is it the fly or the whale? Fly. The fly. You guys are really into farts. I knew this was a farting crowd, I could tell. Great. Our last category, are you ready? The romantic one. The butts that bring babies. Alright, this is the obvious one, right? We all know baboons. No, that's too obvious. You already knew that. You're here to learn new things. Come on. No, we're gonna go with these guys. This is a Japanese swallowtail. They have 2 eyes in their butt. They're not like full eyes, they're more like photoreceptors, and they use them as so the way the butterflies mate is that they touch butts, and they use them as a backup camera. Outstanding. And then the other one is the worm with too many butts. This is a worm, it's in the ocean, it has anywhere between like 100, 500, some researchers think there could be ones with thousands of butts, individual butts. And the way that this worm reproduces is that when it comes time for the babies, each of their butts will grow eyes and a brain and swim away independently to get fertilized.
Oh no!
The ocean is a horrifying place, full of nightmares. So between these 2, the pretty butterfly and the nightmare worm, which one wins? That's just like a blow. We gotta cheer again, but this time we're not booing me because that hurt my feelings. We're gonna, yay! Okay, so if it's the butterfly, yay! I love that. And if it's the nightmare worm, yay! Oh, alright, you scared me. But wait, there's more! This one is not part of the official competition, but I had to include these 2 because they're some of my favorites. One is the giraffe. They're so cute, right? I love giraffes. Giraffes have what is amazingly a worse sleep schedule than me, and I'm not saying that lightly. They only sleep about 30 minutes a day, which is the least of any animal, or mammal, not animal. And when they sleep, they use their butts as pillows. Which is probably why they only get 30 minutes of sleep a day. I mean, I need a chiropractor looking at that. Yikes. Alright, so we got through the adorable giraffe. You all feel very wholesome. I'm going to ruin it immediately with my favorite butt, the sea cucumber. For those of you you have not heard me do this, because I do it almost every nerd night. A story in 3 acts. There is a species of fish that likes to live in the buttholes of sea cucumbers. Sea cucumber buttholes developed teeth in an effort to keep them out. And it did not work. They live in there. That's what they do. So sea cucumbers can regenerate organs. It's one of the cool things that they can do. And pearlfish really love eating sea cucumber gonads. So they just go in there and have an all-you-can-eat gonad buffet. It's just pretty gross. Prometheus had it easy. I'm just... the ocean. Again, horrifying, full of nightmares. We've been over this. Just for fun between these two, which one wins, giraffe or sea cucumber? Wow, alright, you guys like the giraffe, that's fine, you're wholesome, I get it. You picked Nightmare winner last time, so I'm not fooled. Alright, now it's time for the final 4. Are you ready to choose your champion? Great. Between the anus of opportunity and the spider, which one wins? We're going to do it one at a time this time. And this time we're going to go, ooh, yeah, okay. I'm going to just mix it up for my own variety. All right, so if you think it is the anus of opportunity, ooh, I like that. It was a good sound effect. All right, and if you think it's the spider, oh no, you're all right. Anus of opportunity, clearly going to the finals. Great. All right. Next one. Between the there was the nightmare worm. It was in fact the nightmare worm and the farting fly. For this one, we're gonna go. What's a good noise? Someone give me a noise. All right. Yep, that's perfect. Like a scientist who's just discovered something. Beautiful. All right. So nightmare worm. All right. Farting fly. I think that was the fart fly. All right, we've got anus of opportunity versus fart fly in the finals. Now I have to find the right slide because I didn't really know how to do this gracefully. So, no, there it is. All right. Between the anus of opportunity and the fart fly, we're going to start with the fart fly, and this time I just want you to just cheer wildly in a sort of middle of the range. In terms of pitch, so we don't have that problem again. Sounds good? All right. Is everyone warmed up? We don't warm up? Ready for your champion? Have you picked your champion in your head? You got it? All right. If it is the farting fly. All right. If it is the anus of opportunity. Anus of opportunity is our champion! And going into my next TNT campaign. Excellent. So that was my talk. Do you have any questions? No, you're stunned into silence. No, you can raise your hand if you have questions. We do Q&A at the end of each talk. Yes?
The dolphin thing.
Yes, the pygmy whale.
Does it stink or do anything other than blind?
So the question is, does the anal syrup stink? I noticed you avoided the phrase, so I just wanted to bring it back into the conversation so that we can all take it home with us and remember it over pancakes. So I have a lot of scientist friends on social media, and on the way over here, I literally just I made a post that was just like, hey, can somebody explain anal syrup to me? And all of the non-scientists were like, I'm sorry, Rae, what? One of the scientists explained that it is not like feces or anything like that. It's a completely manufactured substance that actually baby pygmy whales are born with already. But I don't think, they're pretty rare, pygmy whales, so there's not any papers that I could find about what anal syrup is made out of. Perhaps because no one wants to research anal syrup. Imagine someone asks you, what is your dissertation on? And you say, anal syrup. All right, yes, next question. Let's move on.
Where would you rank human butts?
Where would I rank human butts? Ooh, that is a great question. So we actually have a pretty fascinating butt. And I don't know enough about it, much to the chagrin of all of my lovers, but no, I think there's something about like when we started walking upright, we got like really good fatty tissue butts. I think we might actually have like the biggest on average butt per ratio. It's what?
For running.
It's for running specifically. I don't ever do that, so I'm wasting my butt's potential. Oh, that's rough to know. Yeah, I'm a big human. I mean, I'm a big fan fan of human butts, personally, from like an aesthetic perspective. But from a scientific perspective, I don't know. I can't make my anus go away no matter how hard I try. So, yes, question.
If you could ascribe a flavor to those, the butt syrup, what flavor would that
What flavor would I say that pygmy whale butt syrup is? It's probably going to be kind of squidish, I think, because that's mainly what they eat. So not good. Not great. It might be good on, I don't know, like a shrimp and grits sort of situation, I guess. If you had to pick a dish for it. Any other questions? I don't want to end on anal syrup. Yes.
The butt spectrum.
Yes. The butt spectrum. I can go back to the butt
Can you
spectrum.
just go over that? Did you create that?
No.
Objective standard.
That is an objective standard. That was actually on social media the other day. All my scientist friends were talking about butts, as we do. And somebody posted that, and I fell in love with it. But no, this was created by a couple of different scientists and science communicators. I think it's illustrated by the folks who made, there's a book about butts, and I will put it in the follow-up email to this show, because it's a great book. And then they also wrote a book called Does It Fart? But I can't remember the butt book name. But they're two of my favorite people on social media. So yeah, that is did you have a specific question about you just wanted to see it again? Yeah, no, it is beautiful. I would have a poster of that. There is controversy. There are many ways to get scientists to scream at each other. This is not as hot button as some things are, but I think if you get them drunk enough, which scientists are often drunk. All right, one more question and then I'll get off the stage. Who's got a good question? No one? Bueller? Great.
Which one
Yes.
are you?
Which one am I? Oh, I'm a butt inclusive. I'm not all the way to butt chaotic. Unless we're talking about stuffed animals, in which case obviously they don't have anuses, but they do have butts. So I guess maybe I am in fact butt chaotic. Just learned that about myself. What was your question?
If you had to assign butt syrup a D&D like damage,
Oh, what is the damage of butt syrup? Oh, I think it's like an atmospheric effect, right? Like you gotta do like it's gonna have an effect on your perception rolls. Checks. I don't know. I don't DM. I just play, and my DM tells me what all the numbers are. I actually do DM, but it's a sci-fi game, and now I have to add butt syrup to it.
Yep.
Any DMs out there got a good answer for that one? Yes.
it would definitely be acid damage.
Acid
and
damage.
If it just
Acid
you would make
damage.
a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
If you fail the Constitution saving throw, you also take psychic damage.
Yes, if you fail your Constitution saving throw, you take psychic damage. I co-sign all of that. I think we've all taken psychic damage here tonight. That's my talk. Now you know what you're looking for. Great, so we're going to take a short break. Please get your alternate titles in. We'll go back to something that has you can stop that. Yeah, there you go. All my links, please get your alternate titles in. I'll come back up and read them. I'm already horrified. I gave you way too many opportunities for horrifying alt titles. I regret that. And we'll be back in about 5-10-ish minutes if you would like to try your hand at a speedrun boss battle, which please do because I want to watch you do it. Go meet me over there. Everyone else, please take a picture of this slide because it will become a boss battle shortly.